guys, welcome back to Michelle's STEM Journey. I'm Michelle and I'm here today with another AMC Problem of the Week video. This week's video comes from the year 2020, 10B, Problem 13, and it deals with algebra. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and let's get started. The problem states Andy the ant lives on a coordinate plane and is currently at -20, facing east, that is, in the positive x direction. Andy moves 1 unit and then turns 90 degrees left. From there, Andy moves 2 units north and then turns 90 degrees left. He then moves 3 units west and then again turns 90 degrees left. Andy continues his progress, increasing his distance each time by 1 unit and then always turning left. What is the location of the point at which Andy makes the 20/20th left turn? So the best way to start off this problem is simply to draw it out. So I'm just going to draw out the coordinate plane. I'm only going to draw out the second quadrant because that's where he is. So for example, if this is -20, and then I'm just going to say this is 20. It's not very accurate, but it's okay. So this is where he starts off. And then okay, so I kind of drew out the coordinate plane. So he starts at -20, and then he moves east, so technically in this way. He moves 1 unit, so now he is at -1920. And then he turns left, so that means that he's moving north. So essentially we're going to go in this direction. So that means that he moves up 2 units. So the x-axis doesn't change. He's still at -19, but then his y would be at 22. And then I'm just going to label this, just things that changed. And then from there, he turns left again, and then he moves west 30 units. So that means that he'll go back. So it would be 19, 20, 21, 22. So he'll be at 22. The x would be -22. And then the y still stays the same at 22. And then he moves down 4 units. Because keep in mind, he's increasing 1 unit each time. So then he's still at -22 for the x. But then for the y, instead of at 22, he moves 4 units down. So he's at 18. Okay, so that completes one route. So essentially from here, he's completed all 4 directions, and then he's just going to go again because essentially he's here right now. So he's going to go to the right and then up, left, and then down again. So we're trying to figure out the location of the point at which Andy makes the 20/20th left turn. So that means that he makes 20/20 moves in total. And then there would be half and half horizontal, half vertical. So there would be 1,010 horizontal and within those horizontal, there's half and half, 505 left, and then 505 right. And then again, 1,010 vertical, with half and half. Okay, so I'm just going to calculate the x coordinate first. So originally he's at -20. That's where he began. And then he moved 1 unit to the right. So that means that we're going to add 1 because he moved in the positive direction. So then that means that he ended at -19. But then we're not going to look at the y coordinates just yet. Just by looking at the x coordinate, we see that he moved from -19 to -22. So he moved 3 steps to the left. Well, to the left means negative. So I'm going to subtract 3. And then we can just continue the pattern. And so he's at -22. And so he's going to move 5 units to the left. And then he's going to move 6 units up. 7 units to the right, or 7 units to the left, sorry. And then 8 units down. Okay, so now looking at the x-coordinate again, starting from this point is where we left off right here. He moved 5 units to the right to get to negative 17. So that means that he moved in the positive direction is 5 units. And then from negative 17 at the end, he moved 7 units to the left. So we see a pattern here. He's going to be moving 9 units to the right and then 11 units back to the left. So we see that these are all minus 2. So we have a lot of minus 2s. And so how many are there in all? Well, we know that he moved 1,010 steps horizontal. So there should be 1,010 terms in all. But then there are only 505 pairs. Because keep in mind, this would be a pair, this would be a pair. So technically there are 505 pairs of 2s. So this is what we get. And then that would equal negative 1,030. So this is his x-coordinate. While the y-coordinate would be very similar. He starts at 20, which is right here. He moves 2 units up to get to 22. Then he moves 4 units back down to get to 18. And then 6 units up, 8 units down. 10 units up, 12 units down. So we see a pattern. And it's all negative 2s. And in this case, it's the same thing. 1,010 terms, 505 pairs. So that would be 20 minus 2 times 505 to get to negative 990. So that is his y-coordinate. So once you know how to figure out the x-coordinate, it's very similar to finding out the y-coordinate. So this is his final coordinate. So the answer is B.